Welcome to Rustica Studio. Imagine stepping into a living room that immediately signals rest. Soft light, weathered wood, and a quiet order that asks nothing of you but to sit down and breathe. This opening breath sets the benefit plainly, a room designed to slow you. To settle your attention away from the day's noise, and it guides every choice that follows. Start with the base. Walls washed in warm neutrals and a focal fireplace dressed in matte stone or reclaimed brick. Picture walls that feel like a blanket, a hearth that anchors the space. The visual is simple and direct, a neutral backdrop that frames texture instead of competing with it. The benefit of such restraint is practical. Furniture and seasonal accents shift without clashing, and maintenance stays minimal because surfaces were chosen to hide the small marks of everyday life. Choose large, honest furniture that reads as lived in rather than staged. Envision a deep linen sofa with softened corners, a solid oak coffee table scored with small dents, and a pair of overstuffed armchairs placed to encourage conversation. The image is functional comfort, pieces built to be used. The advantage is obvious. When furniture is durable and proportionate, the room resists becoming brittle under use, and instead accrues patina that tells a quiet story. Layer textiles with intention for warmth and sound control. Imagine a thick woven rug underfoot, wool throws folded on the sofa, and a mix of pillows in subdued plaids and faded florals. The visual contrast and tactile variety break up flat expanses while remaining cohesive in tone. The benefit is more than comfort. Textiles moderate echo, absorb footsteps, and make evenings feel physically softer, turning an empty house into a refuge. Bring in wood tones that vary but harmonize. Picture a mantel shelf of reclaimed pine, a media console in mid-toned oak, and side tables with black iron legs. The image is a controlled variety, not matchy, not chaotic. The practical result is visual depth that does not overwhelm. Differing woods create natural layers that read as intentional and practical for swapping elements later. Add curated objects that indicate a life being lived, not a catalog shoot. Visualize a small stack of thrifted books, a ceramic pitcher with dried stems, and a woven basket holding extra throws. These details make the room legible as human scale and approachable. The benefit is cognitive. Curated objects reduce clutter by design, keeping only what contributes to the room's story and thus simplifying cleaning and decisions. Introduce autumnal color through accents rather than overhaul. Picture burnt sienna and muted rust in one throw, deep olive in a cushion, and a copper tray on the coffee table. The image is targeted color, a whisper rather than a shout. The advantage is flexibility. Seasonal shifts happen through a few swaps, preserving the core aesthetic while giving the room a fresh, time-specific mood. Emphasize layered lighting for control and atmosphere. Envision a central fixture that provides daylight-level illumination. Table lamps beside seating for task light. And a few beeswax candles grouped on the mantle for evening. The visual supports a functional spectrum from bright to dim. The benefit is behavioral. Controlled lighting encourages purpose, work, reading, conversation, rest, without imposing a single mode that flattens the room's use. Include natural elements that change and evolve. Picture a low bowl with gourds and apples, a eucalyptus arrangement that softens the air, and a fiddle leaf or snake plant catching the window light. The image is seasonal life present without fussy maintenance. The practical advantage is sensory grounding. Living matter changes slowly and pulls attention outward from internal ruminations, which calms and resets the occupant's mood. Anchor a corner as a simple reading nook. Imagine a worn leather chair, a small brass floor lamp, and a basket of magazines within reach. The visual creates a single-purpose escape within the larger room. The benefit is clear. Having a defined activity spot reduces decision fatigue and increases the likelihood the room will be used for restorative habits rather than passive scrolling. Display textiles and materials honestly. Consider a throw with visible hand stitching, a patchworked cushion, or a rug with slight irregularities. The picture of handiwork introduces human scale and craft. The benefit is psychological. When you embrace imperfection, the space becomes less performative and more inhabitable, which reduces maintenance pressure and fosters real relaxation. Balance open space with clusters of items to avoid both emptiness and crowding. Visualize furniture arranged to allow clear circulation paths, while seating clusters face each other to invite conversation. The image is functional geometry. The practical outcome is easier movement, and a room that supports social rituals without feeling staged. Incorporate storage that integrates with the room's look. Think built-in shelving with closed cabinets below, baskets on lower shelves, and a bench with hidden compartments. The visual is utilitarian elegance. The benefit is domestic efficiency. Accessible storage keeps surfaces clear and preserves the room's quiet visual order, reducing mental strain caused by visible mess. Mind the scale of art and mirrors. Envision one large piece above the mantle, or an oversized mirror that reflects light, rather than multiple small, competing frames. The image reads as deliberate and calming. The benefit is focus. A single visual anchor reduces cognitive load and makes the room feel considered rather than cluttered with choices. Select hardware and fixtures that age gracefully. Picture iron hinges, brass pulls that will patina, and matte black lamp bases. The image suggests longevity. The advantage is life cycle thinking. Small investments in lasting finishes reduce replacement cycles and make the room feel stable and coherent over years.